Hey guys, it's your boy Mark Beck with my review WWE SummerSlam 2025 PLE review. Night 2, of course. Show just got off the air. The show was amazing, guys. The two winners I wanted the most, though, did not win. But, it was an awesome show. And, I just stopped being, ambiguous. AJ Styles didn't win the Intercontinental Championship, and John Cena lost the WWE Championship in the main event. But it was an amazing match. This was everything that WrestleMania match should have been, honestly. And I just talked to my auntie on the text. I told her John Cena lost the championship, and then I had a sad face after that. And she replied back, but he still has the record. That's true. It's the results of the last two matches that are making me feel so freaking down. Not the quality of the matches themselves. They were great, honestly. We opened the show with triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Naomi defending against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. This match was awesome. This was moderately paced, But sometimes matches like that are great and it works, I really loved what everyone was doing. Io being Io was amazing. I think she did a springboard moonsault off the rope onto one of the opponents. I don't remember which ones, but that was awesome. And it was just a fun all-around match. Great performance from all three. Io Sky actually did a similar thing that she did at WrestleMania 41. Remember when she did the moonsault at WrestleMania, and then she moonsault at WrestleMania, and then she hit Bianca. She did it that here. This time she hit Rhea. That was awesome. Rhea Ripley did an avalanche riptide onto Io Sky, and then Naomi rolls up Rhea for the 1-2-3, and Naomi remains the Women's World Champion. I wanted Io to win the championship back. She did not. Whatever. It is what it is. Next up, we have the TLC 6-pack match. This was fantastic, man. There was a moment in the match where there were 4 table spots in a row. Table spot here. Oh my gosh. And a few seconds later, table spot over here. Oh my gosh. Here, table spot. Here, one more table spot. That was epic. It was a great part when Tommaso Ciampa was hanging off the belts, and then what am I trying to say? And then Nathan Fraser was trying to attack him while he was hanging on, and then Ciampa kind of did a Spider-Man thing to avoid getting hit, and then Nathan Fraser did a moonsault on the ropes, and then Johnny Gargano kicked his head. That was awesome. What's her name? Candice LeRae got involved, got put through a ladder, which was crazy. A lot of the White Six also got involved that weren't, the defending champions, And, this match was epic. It was epic. And then there was a whole, kind of like TLC 2, when all those guys went through those 4 tables. They did that again with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They went through 4 tables at the same time. The White Six ultimately retained, but it was an epic TLC match. The next match kind of disappointed me, actually. I was really excited for this match. No disqualification, no count-out, last chance match for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch defending against Lyra Valkyria. If Lyra Valkyria loses, she can no longer challenge for the Intercontinental Championship for as long as Becky Lynch is champion. I was talking to friends a lot during this match, I will admit. So I was kind of couldn't really pay attention. But then when I started paying attention, Lyra had zip ties around her thing. And then she spent so long trying so many things. She tried the steps. She tried the turnbuckles. She was trying so hard for 15 minutes to try and get those zip ties off. Yeah. And you had and you had Becky, they used chairs, of course. But it was I love their matches for the technical aspects, you know what I mean? Their technical matches are amazing. But I thought this would be a great combo of technical and no DQ. It was really just no DQ stuff. Really didn't see much of the technical side in this one. Which sucks because that's what I thought this match was going to be, a mix of technical and weapons, And then Bayley got involved. She accidentally hits Lyra with the chair. Manhandle slam from Becky. 1, 2, 3. Becky Lynch retains the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And the match was solid. Not anything majorly amazing or anything in my opinion, but yeah. Then we go on to the steel cage match for the WWE United States Championship. Solo Sikoa defending against Jacob Fatu. This match, I really enjoyed this match actually. You had obviously Bloodline get involved, or whatever Solo calls his faction now. You had Tala Tonga. I think it was Tala Tonga who was trying to the handcuff Jacob Fatu's hand to the top of the cage. Jacob Fatu broke out of it. Then he stopped slowly, and so was oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then I think Tala Tonga came back and around to the cage door and smashed the cage against Jacob's head. Then Solo Sikoa crawls out, retains the United States Championship. And that was that match. Yeah, you can tell I'm disappointed by the results of the main event, especially the last two matches. I know. This was definitely better than night one, though. Even though night one was more satisfying in terms of results to me. Then we go on to the WWE Intercontinental Championship match. We have Dominic Mysterio defending against AJ Styles. This match was actually a lot of fun. You had AJ Styles actually coming out in the lowrider. Yeah, Eddie Guerrero thing. AJ Styles. There was some great counters. You actually had a kind of Eddie Guerrero, but when Dominic Mysterio tried to hit the floor with the chair, and then he handed AJ the chair, but the referee was still distracted, so AJ, quickly thinking, he put the chair around his own neck and went down and then he was shaking to kind of give the impression that Dominic, smashed the chair off his head. Yeah. And then Dominic undid his zip and his boot to get out of AJ's calf crusher, and then I think this distracted. Then he hit AJ with the boot, and then frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Dominic Mysterio retains. Why has Dominic been champion for this freaking long? Jesus Christ. Way too long as champion. Holy crap. Hasn't even been that enjoyable. Fucking hell. And then going to the main event of SummerSlam. The match. Street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. The greatest of all time. The GOAT. John Cena. The WWE Champion. And he's a babyface again. You saw SmackDown, he's a face again. I told you motherfuckers, it's okay for 1 + 1 = 2, or 2 + 2 = 4. He wasn't bullshitting. Okay? It wasn't a ruse. John was finally back as a babyface. Awesome entrance. John Cena looks so happy to be there. And then John Cena and Cody Rhodes, the bell rings. Then straight away they're fighting each other like crazy. And this match is amazing. John does an AA, Cody kicks out. He does a second AA, Cody again kicks out. He does a massive attitude adjustment to Cody through the announce table. Cody kicks out. He gets a fourth AA in there somewhere. Cody kicks out. They fight over the arena. Cody does a suplex to John Cena onto a frickin' steel, what do you call it? Steel barricade bit. That was awesome. And that was in the crowd too. They fight. They go. Oh, and Cody Rhodes had his kind of rising up smoke entrance thing, you know what I mean? And that was during his entrance. But the reason I mentioned that was because John Cena, they fought to that entrance area. They fought underneath the entrance ramp, and then the entrance thing comes up again during the match, and it's like, what's happening? And then all of a sudden you see just John Cena with Cody Rhodes on his shoulders, slowly popping out. John Cena with a smile on his face, out of the freaking smoke. If you've watched the show, you know what I'm talking about. And then he freaking AA's Cody on the stage. And then he picks up Cody again, walks to the entrance. I mean, not to the entrance, to the ring again. Puts him in the thing. Cody did 2 crossroads at some point during the match before this, or maybe the second one was coming right after this, or something like that. John Cena kicked out both times. Cody put John Cena through. He threw him into a table that was in the corner. You know. And then he threw John Cena into a corner, and then corner table. And then some point after this, Cody Rhodes does the triple crossroads thing to John Cena. 1, 2, and John Cena kicks out. Does anyone know? Has anyone ever kicked out of the triple crossroads? John Cena might have been the first to do that, and John Cena isn't freaking losing to one finisher anymore. Thank God. He kicked out of freaking 5 finishes. And then Cody's desperate. He takes off. He hits John Cena with the something. I think it was a steel thing in the ring rope corner thing. Hit him with that twice. And then, as you can tell, my review's off the cuff, you know. Very improvised in the moment, you know. Then John Cena eventually puts Cody in the STF with the ropes around his neck. That was beautiful. Cody gets out eventually, and then Cody is put on the top turnbuckle, and John Cena does an avalanche attitude adjustment to Cody. 1, 2, Cody kicks out. That should have been freaking 3. That should have been 3. Seriously. And then John brings in a table, tries to put Cody in the Avalanche AA position again, same corner. Then Cody does a long jumping cutter, that cutter thing he does into the table to John. And then And then, I'm trying to say, then John Cena like crawls to the ropes, slowly getting up. Cody's behind him. He does a salute, puts him in one final crossroads, and Cody Rhodes wins back the championship. So John Cena's reign as 17-time world champion is over. That might have very well been the last time we ever see John Cena as world champion. But he did it more than anyone else. 17 times. Broke the record he shared with Ric Flair. If you say otherwise, you're a goalpost moving sore loser who can't admit defeat. So I'm sad. I'm very sad that John lost. Why did they? What was this freaking obsession they have with him losing at SummerSlam all the time? Seriously. But yeah, it was an amazing match. The cherry on top would have been John winning. If John had won, honestly, this would be my favorite match of all time. I'm being honest. I know I said it like impulsively when he won 17. You guys remember, I had the freaking flu during WrestleMania 41. And then I had my current condition starting 5 or 6 days or something after that. So, like, I spent John Cena's entire 17th World Championship reign sick. Now I'm in hospital. You know? He wasn't bullshitting about being a face again, though. That's a fact. But, Intercontinental Championship. Go after it, John. Come on, man. Get the Grand Slam. If it was up to me, John Cena would get the Grand Slam, win the Intercontinental Championship, and in his last match in December, I'd have him win the World Heavyweight Championship, become an 18-time world champion. You know what? I think that would be perfect. But then John Cena, he's standing up, standing ovation from the crowd. Lots of John Cena fans in the crowd, by the way. And, yeah. What was I trying to say? Yeah. And then standing ovation, everyone's saying, "Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena." John's probably ecstatic to hear it. And then Brock Lesnar's music hits. Brock Lesnar, after almost 2 years, is finally back in WWE. And after the whole crap, the stuff with Vince McMahon, he's back. I wasn't sure if he was going to be back. None of us were. And then he comes out, I like that Brock's back. I don't exactly like the timing of his return. You should have had him confront Gunther. Instead, he's confronting John Cena. Is it really going to be Brock versus John in Clash in Paris? Really? But, it's really cool to see Brock back. I would have had him return confronting Gunther night one instead, and then we get that at Clash in Paris. And then I would have had AJ win the Intercontinental Championship. John retain the WWE Championship. Then I would have had John Cena, AJ Styles, title versus title, WWE Championship, Intercontinental Championship. John wins the Grand Slam that way. But I've no interest in Cody Rhodes as champion again right now. But John Cena, 8 SummerSlam main events. That's the second most ever. Brock has 9. What's the bloody obsession with like having Brock beat up John Cena? It was at the end of SummerSlam 2021 that Brock F5 John Cena, and he did it again here. I forgot to mention that, I think. But, yeah, it's cool that Brock's back. The timing of his return was a bit, and he should have confronted Gunther, not frickin' John Cena. You better have John Cena win that match, As for John Cena's record-breaking 17th World Championship reign ending, I've some mixed feelings about the quote. I get the lovely sentiment and all that behind it. But, I guess, the quote, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. John Cena became a 17-time world champion. He broke the record for most world championships ever. And that's amazing. I don't know what else to say. That's my review of SummerSlam. It was an awesome show. The main event was mind-blowing. It was an amazing match. Obviously, I'm just upset that John Cena lost the championship, as well as AJ not winning the Intercontinental Championship. When does John Cena appear next? But, yeah. I'm your boy Mark. Hope you enjoyed my review of SummerSlam, 2025. And John Cena main evented the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. How about that? Alright. That's my review, y'all. Peace out. Have a good one.